Let me take you back to a moment. Not a grand one, not a headline, just a quiet, ordinary moment that changed everything. A young man sits alone in a dimly lit room, the hum of a ceiling fan overhead, a cracked phone screen glowing in his hand. His bank account reads $42.76. Rent is due in 4 days. His friends are out celebrating someone's promotion. He's not there, not because he doesn't want to be, but because he can't afford the cab ride home. And in that silence, in that stillness, he asks himself a question that will echo through the rest of his life. How do I build wealth from nothing? That question isn't just his, it's yours, it's mine, it's every young person who's ever stared at a future that feels too expensive to enter. Every dreamer who's been told to be realistic. Every hustler who's tired of grinding without growth. Every soul who knows they were meant for more, but doesn't know where to begin. Because building wealth from scratch isn't about money. It's about transformation. It's about becoming someone who doesn't just survive, but thrives. Someone who doesn't just wish, but works. Someone who doesn't just dream, but designs. And it starts with a decision. A decision to stop waiting for permission, to stop blaming your past, to stop measuring your worth by your wallet. It starts with a quiet, burning fire that says, I will not be defined by scarcity. I remember my own beginning. I was 21, fresh out of school, armed with a degree and drowning in doubt. I had no connections, no savings, no roadmap, just a job that paid barely enough and a heart full of ambition. I'd walk past luxury stores and wonder what it felt like to buy without checking the price. I'd hear people talk about investments and feel like they were speaking a foreign language. I'd lie awake at night calculating how many years it would take to escape the cycle. But then something shifted. I stopped asking, how much can I earn, and started asking, how much can I learn? I realized that wealth isn't built in bank accounts. It's built in mindsets, in habits, in choices, in the quiet moments when no one's watching and you choose growth over comfort. So I started small. I read. I listened. I asked questions. I failed. I tried again. I learned that the first step to wealth is clarity. Not just financial clarity, but personal clarity. Who are you? What do you value? What does success look like for you? Not your parents, not your peers, not society, but you. Because money is never just money. It's power. It's freedom. It's identity. It's the difference between saying yes because you want to and saying yes because you have to. It's the ability to walk away from toxicity, to choose purpose over paycheck, to build a life that reflects your soul, not just your salary. And once you have that clarity, the second step is discipline. The kind of discipline that doesn't show up in Instagram quotes, the kind that wakes you up early, that says no to impulse buys, that chooses long-term joy over short-term pleasure, that builds systems so strong you don't need motivation to follow them. I remember canceling Netflix, not because I hated entertainment, but because I needed every dollar to count. I remember cooking rice and beans for weeks, not because I couldn't afford more, but because I was investing in my future. I remember skipping parties, ignoring trends, wearing the same shoes until the soles wore thin, not because I was cheap, but because I was building something invisible, something sacred. And then came the third step, value creation. Not just working harder, but working smarter, finding ways to solve problems, to serve others, to turn skills into income. I started freelancing, writing articles, designing logos, teaching online. I didn't wait for a perfect job. I created imperfect opportunities. I learned that wealth flows to those who create value, not those who wait to be valued. But here's the truth no one tells you. Money changes things. It changes how people see you, how you see yourself. It can heal wounds or expose them. It can bring clarity or confusion. I lost friends, People who couldn't understand why I was so focused, who thought I was arrogant, who said I'd changed. And they were right, I had. I'd grown, I'd evolved, I'd chosen a path that wasn't easy, but was necessary. Because the fourth step is resilience. The ability to keep going when it's hard, when the numbers don't add up, when the world feels unfair, when your efforts go unnoticed, when your heart breaks and your bank account bleeds. Resilience is the quiet strength that says, I will rise again. It's the voice that whispers, this is temporary. It's the belief that every setback is a setup for a comeback. I remember losing a client who paid half my income. I remember getting scammed. I remember crying in the shower, wondering if it was all worth it. But I also remember getting back up, pitching again, learning again, believing again. And slowly, the tide turned. And finally, the fifth step, ownership. Not just of assets, but of your life, your choices, your destiny. Ownership means you stop blaming, stop waiting, stop hoping someone else will fix it. You become the CEO of your future. You build, you invest, you protect, you grow. I started investing, not just in stocks, but in myself, in courses, in mentors, in therapy, in rest. I learned that wealth isn't just financial, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's relational. It's the ability to live fully, love deeply, and give generously. And now, years later, I look back at that young man with $42.76, and I smile, because he didn't give up, he didn't settle, he didn't let fear win. He chose to build, to believe, to become. So, if you're listening to this wondering if it's possible, it is. If you're scared, good. That means you're alive. That means you care. That means you're ready. Because wealth isn't built in one big leap. It's built in 1,000 small steps, in the quiet decisions, in the daily disciplines, in the relentless pursuit of growth. And you, yes, you, have everything you need to begin. Not tomorrow, not next year, now, right here, right where you are. So take the first step. Get clear, get disciplined, create value, stay resilient, own your life. Because the world doesn't need more people chasing money. It needs more people becoming wealthy in every sense of the word. And you were born to be one of them.